Well, good afternoon. It's a Longhaultanker, straight razor shaving with Longhaultanker, and it is Tuesday, the 28th of February, last day of the month, 2023, at approximately 12:35, 12:40 in the afternoon Central Time. And I've got just a little bit better than 2 days growth, right at a couple hours more maybe, of 2 days of growth of whiskers on my face. And we're going to do a straight razor shave, and not much to share with you, a little bit I'll tell you, but we're just going to have a nice quiet shave, maybe. We'll see how sidetracked I get. Let's go with the equipment now, and we're going to be using the Count Engelbert II Boker with beautiful horn scales and gold and etching and sculpting and honed and sharpened, finished on an Arkansas hard black, also known as a surgical black. This is about a 7/8 razor, and it's just absolutely beautiful. And the brush today is going to be also the top of the line, which is the Plisson number 20, 30 millimeter high mountain white silver tip badger, high mountain white silver tip badger. It's set in genuine horn, and it is just absolutely beautiful, and it ought to be. It ought to be, you know. It's just, that's like saying a BMW ought to be luxurious. Why? Because you paid for it. So there's that. And I'm going to use a soap this morning. I did a shave on Sunday morning off camera. I was with my wife, etc. And I reached back into the back of the closet and said, yeah, I haven't used this in a while. I use it in regular rotation, but my soap collection has grown considerably that as of right now, it's taken almost a year to work through the new stuff that I bought last April and May. And so no telling when I'm going to get back to it. But when I'm at home, I take the liberty of going out of rotation, using what I want to use, whether it's a razor, brush, soap, etc. And so I used this on Sunday, the soap, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to do this on camera because I think it's worthy of demonstration, promotion, accolades, etc. And that is Osma. Osma, it says Savon a Barbie, al Cristo de Alum. And I read the description, and there's some alum in there, you know, so, but it just lathered up wonderfully. This is not the original container. I peeled the label off. In fact, let me show you. Stand by. Reach right back in here into my bag of tricks. And so here's the original packaging that this comes in. I've got one. No, this is my travel jar here. So this is and I had two in reserve. I took one out because the travel jar was almost empty. And I used that big ugly Union razor, you know, the one I've been talking about the last couple of videos, and use that as a soap cutter. How about that? I cut that little puck there right in half, and I'll just show you the puck come out of the jar. I cut it in half right down the side, the center, and then the bottom half I sliced into two halves and placed around the side, and it fit quite well. Then I took it to the microwave and put it in for 30 seconds, and it started to rise like a souffle, and as soon as the heat went off, it went right back down. I tried to smooth the top over as best I could with my hands or a spoon or something. but it didn't do as well as I'd wanted it to. In smashing it down and smoothing it over. So I've been soaking it for a good little while this morning. Let's see if I get anything on. No, that's cold. I ain't even gonna fool with that. And so this is what it looks like in the jar. You can see where the sides here that were smashed down. You can see the outline of the half of the puck that I put in there. And so we're just gonna whip up some lather on top of that and see if that doesn't do something to help smooth out and even out the top of the jar. But this is my regular travel jar. This is a Sterling Soap Company travel jar. I bought several. But when I used this on Sunday, it was so delightful. I just said, I've got to use it on camera today on my next shave. And that's what we're going to do. We're just going to load it up like a monster. Like some people say, load it like you hate it. Which is just fine, just fine. Just keep working that big old knot. I want more, not less. So the Boker razor, of course, is from Germany. The brush is from France. And the soap is from France. Like maybe you didn't know that. I don't know if you did or not. Yeah, that's probably enough. I got it all over my hand. So I hope you're doing well. If you're watching me on YouTube, I say thank you. Thank you very much for joining me. We're growing every day, every week, and we certainly appreciate that. Me and the mouse in my pocket. And boy, that's just... hit the like and subscribe button. If you're watching me and you're not subscribed up yet, please do so. Leave a comment if you so wish. Be courteous, polite, respectful, and I'll be the same. Or not. Yeah, I think that's going to work pretty good over time. A few usages, and that'll... Oops. Been doing a little bit of honeydew around the house. Today is number 8. Today is Tuesday, so I came home 1 week ago today on Tuesday morning last week. So I've been home 8 days. Well, this is day number 8, would be the right way to say it, I guess. And I called dispatch and spoke to my guy, my dispatch manager, on Sunday morning, I believe it was, Sunday morning, afternoon, whatever. And because I'd been home since Tuesday. And there was a little work to be done on my truck, so I knew that was going to take a day or two. And he didn't call for the next load. And so I called him on Sunday. And as of Sunday, when I called, late morning, early afternoon, he said that they did not have any long loads on the board or upcoming for the early part of this week. And I said, well, I'll call you on Monday or Tuesday. And he said, all right. He did say that there was a Tulare, California coming up later in the week. And that's the kind where we take an empty trailer over to the loader, drop the trailer. They call us when it's loaded and ready. And it can take, he said, 2 to 3 days or more. So we won't know anything about that load for a bit. But he did say that there was a loading on Monday next week for Portland, Oregon. Well, if you've been watching me very long, you know that I was born and raised in Portland. I have family and friends in Portland. And so I said, well, I'll take that if you don't mind keeping me in mind for it for next week, unless something else comes up first. Now, for me to say that is to acknowledge that I'm going to be home for another week, unless they have something else come along that they want to put me on. And so when I called back this morning, and oftentimes on Mondays, and now remember, this call was on Sunday, and often on Monday and Tuesday, new loads come in to the board for later in the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And so when I called him this morning, he said, no, there's no new loads. And so he's going to put me on that Portland load for next Monday. That's when it loads. I will not load it. They'll have a local guy go do the preload work on that. And then they'll bring it back to the yard, and I'll take off either later Monday morning or early Monday afternoon. If it drags too long in the day, I won't leave until Tuesday. But we'll see how that plays out. But he did make the added comment that he said, we're very slow. Now that's significant because trucking and transportation is always a leading indicator of economic activity. Our company carries chemicals for shippers that are big name. You would recognize the name immediately. Big names out of the Gulf Coast region, Texas, Louisiana in particular. And for there to be no loads, no new loads that have come on the board by Tuesday morning, it says something. So, it's not like I'm running out to the stock market to throw my money away yet. But that might mean something to some of you guys. Now, I don't know about the dry goods and the retail shippers, Amazon, Best Buy, etc. All right, here we go with the Boker. Count Engelbert II. That's just a fabulous razor. I did do a haircut this morning with my clippers. And this soap, it has kind of like just an ordinary bar soap scent. I won't say like ivory soap, but it's not far off from it. But it just feels so rich and creamy on the face. I've always had, it was one of the first exotic soaps. That I bought 5 or 6 years ago because I saw Jared use it. And Jared likes a lot of that exotic European stuff and And that's fine. That's fine. We all do things that we think are exotic. At least, if you're a collector and user like we are in the straight razor wet shaving community, then yeah, you might reach out and try something exotic. So that's the first little bit of news that I've got to share with you, is that, and we're one of the biggest carriers in the Houston Gulf Coast region. Over the last few weeks, I've brought back to my memory a project I started it has to be sometime within the last 11 years, because I went back to truck driving. But I remember one Christmas or Thanksgiving within the last 10 or 11 years that I started ripping music off of my CDs. Remember, I did the whole transfer with my new cell phone, and I lost so much of my music, couldn't get it back. And what was I going to do? Blah, blah, blah. But I got some of it back. Enough of it that I'm not overly disappointed. And it's mostly country and rock and roll, oldies, stuff like Beatles, Beach Boys, ABBA, Johnny Cash. But what I didn't do those many years ago is that I have a whole stash of classical music and operatic music as well. I've got all kinds of stuff from Mozart, Vivaldi, Beethoven, Brahms, Rachmaninoff, Debussy, and I like it. like all kinds of music, and there's some I like more than others. There's certain operas I like. The Marriage of Figaro, I think, is the best piece of music throughout music history. Now, I like certain modern music like ABBA so much more than I like that, but you can sit and listen to The Marriage of Figaro and just go, wow, wow. The opening overture to The Barber of Seville is, you know, and I liked it even before getting into Straight Racers, but the opening overture is just fantastic. Four Seasons by Vivaldi is a beautiful piece of music. And then there's some arias that are just, see if I can remember the names of them as I move along here. I'm doing this all from memory, but I've been started this morning. Since there's no loads and I'm going to be home for another week, I'm going to rip all that classical and operatic music that I've got and get it off into my cell phone. Yeah, I might have got myself there a little bit, the corner hung up. I guess I go ahead and say that I did find, because all those years ago, when I ripped the tracks, I did save it and back it up. So I was able to import it into iTunes from my external hard drive. Now that's a real nick. I haven't had a real nick in a while. And the next project is going to be to try and get back all my pictures that I lost. And I've got pictures going back 10 years that I've lost. And the only pictures I've been able to recover so far are those from this year. Why, I don't know. So I'm going to sit at the dining table all day today. We've got an open dining room, kitchen, living room, as a lot of the newer houses are built in that fashion, open concept, they say. So I'm going to sit in there and I'm just going to rip discs all afternoon and tomorrow. And as long as it takes to get it all done. Who knows, maybe that'll, the alum, maybe the alum in the soap is helping, I don't know, to cease that bleeding. Lovely scent, not too soapy smelling like an ivory or something like that, more like a Mitchell wool fat is kind of what it smells like. So if things stay the way they've been presented so far, it looks like I'll be headed out to Oregon. And I've been told that there's a backhaul connected to the load. I don't know anything about it at present. I'm going to use Bill's favorite line, Bill M's favorite line. It's a great shave except for the blood. I'll have some more to say about good old Bill M in the coming days and weeks. As well as Matt Lukey 3262. All these guys can be found at the Shaving Cadre, and go on over there and visit the Shaving Cadre, www.theshavingcadre.com. Good and generous fellas over there. They will help you. Get started in straight razor shaving or in wet shaving. I say straight razor shaving, straight razor shaving mostly because that's what I'm interested in. I'm not interested personally in the other forms, any sort of removable blade, replaceable blade that doesn't interest me. I want to be a master. I do. Can I say it? I would love to be regarded as primarily what I want to be regarded as is a top flight shaver. Somebody that gets on the video and gives a good shave and can talk about at least some of the necessary things to straight razor shaving. And the more I shave, the more I'm pretty well convinced that there are really just not that many rules. Yeah, you got with the grain, across the grain, against the grain, right hand, left hand. But that's about it. That is about it. If you wanted to start a shave, once you have some experience and control over the edge, if you wanted to start a shave by going against the grain, maybe you only have time for a 1 or 2 pass shave and you're going to, okay, now where am I at? Pressure and angle, those are important. But the thing that I find to be most instructive is watch other people shave. Watching other people shave, you'll learn and reinforce what you think you ought to do and what you ought not to do. No, I don't want to do that. Or I don't think that's the right way to do that. You don't have to get on the video and start running your mouth and say, did you see that video? That was horrible. No, you say, I learned something from this guy or that guy. Something that I think is very important to straight razor shaving is stretching the skin. And I've seen some videos of late where no stretching or little stretching was being done. And I forget who it was that said it, but it said, if you think you've stretched enough, stretch some more. We'll come back to that. Not bad, not bad at all. Well, that felt pretty good. Okay. Yep, that feels very nice too. I may have to take a pause here. We got somebody at the front door, and I think I know who it is, and I got to take care of them. So let me take a pause here, and I will be back shortly. Well, I'm back. We're going to finish up the shave. We had an elapsed time of about 20 minutes. Well, no, 10, 15 minutes. And so I'm going to carry on. we had the yard guys show up, and we're doing a little extra work with them today, and I had to get out there and outline. Now, we told the manager that we deal with what we wanted, and regrettably no English. So I had to, use what little bit of uno, dos, tres that I've got. And that's about it. I don't speak Spanish. Not that I'm opposed to learning, but I'm opposed to investing the time. That's just one more thing that, and I just don't have a whole lot of interest in changing my life much. I guess I'm allowed to say that at 63. Go pound sand. That's one of my favorite new expressions. Go pound sand. You can probably hear the sound of the motors running. Okay, I think that'll do it for the face shave. Let's check the sideburns. Let's wipe off the soap and do our finishing strokes and see how well we did. I might take another break here between the face shave and the head shave to go check on the guys. Let's check the sideburns. Okay. Okay, that's okay. Okay. There ends the face shave. And we use the lovely Boker Count Engelbert II. Did a good job again today. Okay, let's dry that thing off. And for the head shave, we're going to use the Union razor. Unlike that other piece of junk, this one is an adequate gold dollar knockoff. That's about the best way to say it. Well, I'm going to be home all week. If any of you want to make a suggestion on a razor or soap or brush that you've seen me use in the past that I possess, feel free to do so, and I'll put together a shave video. I'm taking requests all week long. So let's see, Tuesday, Thursday, maybe Saturday, and I don't know what next week's going to look like. So not too bad there. That looks good enough for now. It's always hard to get and see, for me, the lines on a freshly, with a fresh haircut with the clippers. Okay. I do believe that's it. Oh, one more thing. One more thing. Set my razors aside here. Let's see what we got going here. Got a little alum block here. A little bit of a sting. Okay. Make sure you get all the alum washed off. Your hands, no contact with the razor. Osma alum block. Let's see here, which reminds me, I want to show you again. Well, never mind. Does it fade? I don't know. Now there's a couple of spots, but I don't know if you can see them. Right below the spine, I ain't even gonna fool with it. It's not enough there to pay it any attention. All right, next. We got some Thayer's lavender. I forgot to get it out before we started, and not knowing what I was going to put on, I just grabbed some Aqua Velva Blue Ice. All right. That's it. Thank you for staying with me. I appreciate it. That's the end. It's over. You can shut it off now. I'll see you down the road.